Hello po. Let's try to discuss measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. Average occurs regularly in our daily life. A well-chosen average consists of a single number about which a given data are centered. There can be several different types of averages, or sometimes called the measures of central tendency. Very basic lang naman ang measures of central tendency. This is the mean, the median, and the mode. Kapag measures of central tendency for the n-group data, madali lang siyang hanapin. Ever since naman mula elementary tayo, ginagamit na natin ito. We have the mean, or what we call the averaging, the median, the middle value, and the mode, which is which one occurs the most. Let's start with the mean. Hindi ko na masyadong i-discuss itong mga definition of terms, or pati natin itong properties niya. It is for you to read na itong mga definition of terms para makapag-focus tayo sa kanyang mga computation. Kapag ungroup data, madali lang yung kanyang formula. The population mean is the mu is equal to the summation of x all over n. Kapag sample mean naman is x is equal to the summation of x all over n, where n is the population, the big letter n, and the small letter n is the sample. Here we have an example. A researcher collects data on the ages of recipient of doctoral degree in science and engineering, and his study yields the following. Ito kanyang nag-gather na data from 37 to 36. When determine the average age of the recipient, where n is equal to 10. Kung bibilangin natin, ilan yung respondents? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kaya nakuha si 10. Madali lang naman yung gagawin. Pag-add nyo lang sila. Basic. 37 plus 41 plus 37 plus 33 plus 24 and so on and so forth. Then divide it by 10. 350 divided by 10 is equal to 35. Therefore, the average age is 35. Ganun lang kadali ang mean. Kapag weighted mean naman, meaning to say, there is a weight. Kung paano tayo mag-compute ng grades. Di ba sa ating curriculum, magkakaiba sila ng units. Merong 3 units, may 5 units, tsaka 1 unit. Here, a very good example of weighted mean is the computation of your term grade. Yung GPA. Example lang to example number 1. Get the grade point average of a particular student whose grades are as follows. Statistics. Ang grade niya is 4. English is 2. Counting 1 and PE is 1.5. When you are getting the average, yung average niya, hindi mo pwedeng i-compute na lang minsanan. You must need to get for each weight. Ano yung corresponding weight niya. Example, yung statistics, i-multiply mo ng 3. 4 times 3. Ito yan. Tapos sa English naman, 2 times 3. Accounting, 1 times 5. Tapos P is 1.5 times 2. We have the 12 plus 6 plus 5 plus 3 all over 13. Paano nakuha si 13? It is the total number of units. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 5, 11 plus 2 is 13. Tapos i-divide mo lang siya. 26 divided 13 is equal to 2. Meaning to say, ang kanyang GPA is 2.0. Ganun lang. Multiply mo lang grades times unit divided by the total number of units. Ganun rin yung pag-compute natin ng GWA sa college, or what we call the general weighted average. Okay? Sa median naman, again, I will read the rest of the definition of terms as your reading assignment from here, pati yung kanyang properties. Okay? Pag sinabi lang naman kasi nating median, it is the middle value of a given data. But take note that before finding this value, titignan natin to, the data must be arranged in order from least to greatest or vice versa bago natin makuha yung kanyang middle value sa ungrouped data. Here is our formula. If n is odd, meaning to say the number of data is odd, ang gagawin lang is n plus 1 all over 2. Kapag ang result nito, siya yung, example, kung ang result ng formula nito is 3, siya yung pangatlong item in the distribution or simply the middle value. Okay? Ganun. Kapag even naman, i-divide mo lang by 2. Example, 7 mothers were selected and given a blood pressure check. Their systolic pressure were recorded below. So, 135, 121, hanggang 131. Paano ang solution natin? Arrange them from least to the highest. So, mag-start siya ng 116, papunta yung 135. So, pwede mo siyang tignan visually, makikita mo naman na yung middle value. Lalo kung ganito lang naman na kaliliit na respondents or data. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ano yung kanyang middle? The number 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 121. Okay, another example, find the median of the following weight in kilos from 101, ito, the highlighted one. So, again, arrange them in a ascending order from smallest to largest. Although, pwede mo naman gawing largest to smallest. Ano, ikaw yung bahala. Since ikaw naman yung gagawa, ikaw yung masusunod. Ano, so, since we do not have the exact value of our median, kung titignan kasi natin, tatlo dito. So, meaning to say, wala yung exact value ng ating median. Madali lang yan. I-add mo lang to 107 plus 111. Then, divide it by 2. So, 109. Meaning to say, sa gitna nitong dalawang to is 109. That is the median. Okay? So, yun lang. And lastly, we have the mode. Again, for the definition of terms, please try to read it. Nasa may module naman natin lahat ng ito. What is mode nga ba? The mode is the one, saan na yun dito? So, the mode in a million are good. This is the value that occurs. Ito rin tatandaan nyo. Ito. It is the value that occurs most often in the data set. So, a data can have more than one or none at all. So, meaning to say, ang data, hindi laging may mode. Ang tawag natin dun is no mode. Okay? No mode. Kapag walang values of data na walang nag-occurs most often, meaning to say it no mode. Kapag dalawa, pwede bang dalawa? It is what you call the bimodal naman. Bimodal. So, dalawa yung kanyang mode. Example, we have the 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ilan yung 1? Most repeated, we have the 2 and the 3. Pwedeng dalawa. It is what you call bimodal. Pag tatlo, pwede din. Trimodal. No? So, pwedeng wala, pwedeng isa, or pwedeng marami. Yun ang mode. So, it is the value that occurs most in a dataset. So, example natin. So, the following are the descriptive evaluation of 5 teachers. So, very satisfactory, VS, VS, and S. What is the mode? What is the data that occurs most? VS. Number 2, 17, 18, 23, 20, and 19. Tingnan natin itong dataset na ito, the highlighted one. Papansinin natin, walang value that occurs the most. Kasi pare-parehas lang naman sila. So, mode niya is none. Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina na no mode. NO mode. No mode. Now, for number 3, we have the 4.0, 3.5, 4.0, 3.5. Pansinin natin, ilan yung Ito, dalawang beses siyang naulit. So, ang mode natin is 3.5 and 4.0. So, ito yung tinatawag nating bimodal. Madali lang mag-determine ng mode. So, yun lang yung mean, median, and mode. Medyo madali pa siya, lalo pag ungroup data. Kapag mean, you are only averaging it. Pag weighted mean, kukunin nyo muna yung kanyang yung weight. And lastly, we have the mode. Now, let's go to a much complicated one. Paano kapag group data naman siya? Okay? So, kapag group data, ito yung naka-bracket na siya. Example, ages 17 to 18, 19 to 20, 21 to 22. Meaning to say, it is not only pertaining to one data set. It is, kumbaga, may interval. So, here, example is mean. Paano kunin yung mean ng isang group data? So, ito lang yung formula na ating i-memorize, not necessarily i-memorize. Basta alam nyo kung paano yung mga symbols. So, we have the population mean, the summation of the frequency multiplied by the class mark and divided by the number of population. Kapag sample mean naman, same lang din naman siya. Ganun lang din naman, ang population mean kasi natin is always higher. Kung babalik natin sa topic natin na nauna, population is the entire data set that you are talking about. Kapag sample naman, you are only getting a population data set from your population. So here, below is a frequency distribution of the scores of 40 students. The steps is to get the class mark, then get the product of the class mark and frequency. Okay? So, ito yung ating tinatawag na frequency distribution table. So, for our mean, ang kailangan lang naman natin kunin is the class mark, tapos yung kanyang product. So, sir, paano po ba kunin yung class mark? So, ganito lang yan, madali lang. Itong part na ito is always given, the class interval and the F. Okay, this is given naman, itong first and second columns. Okay, example lang nito is, isabihin na natin scores. Scores, kung ilan yung nakakuha ng 16 to 23, 24 to 31, 32 to 39. Sa 16 to 23, isa. Sa 56 to 63, may 8. May 8 matalino. Tapos may isang, yon. Tapos 40 to 47 naman is 12. Ganon. So, meaning to say, parang nakatali siya. Tapos binilang lang kung ilan yung nakakuha. So, ito yung tinatawag nating group data. Naka-group na siya. Okay? So, paano ba kinuha si XM? XM stand for the, balik tayo doon, class mark. So, the class mark, ang class mark lang is the middle value of your class intervals. Pwede nyo siyang pag-addin. 16 plus 23, that is 39. Tapos divided by 2, that is 19.5. Next, 24 plus 31, that is 55. Divided by 2 is 27.5. Ganun lang. Itong dalawang to, at total nagpapakita naman na dyan, pag-addin nyo lang yung dalawang yan. Pag pinag-add nyo, divide it by 2, makukuha nyo na yung kanyang class mark. Pag-addin nyo, try nyo sa calculator nyo ito. 40 plus 47, that is 87. What is 87 divided by 2? 43.5. Okay? So, you are only getting the median of the class interval. Itong class interval na to. Now, kapag nakuha nyo na yung median or the class mark, kukunin nyo na yung frequency multiplied by class mark. Pag sinabi natin frequency multiplied by class mark, ito, di ba, itong F, ito siya. Yung class mark naman, ito. Mumultiply nyo lang. What is 1 times 19.5? 19.5. What is 27.5 times 3? 82.5. Okay? So, meaning to say, itong dalawang ito, minumultiply nyo lang sila sa isa't isa. So, imumultiply nyo lang ito. Multiply, multiply, multiply. Ay, sorry. Hindi pala yun yung imumultiply natin. Erase, erase, erase. Ito pala yung imumultiply natin. Itong dalawang ito. So, 1 times is 19.5. 8 times 59.5. Pag nakuha nyo yon, kukunin nyo lang yung kanyang total na ngayon. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin kukunin yung total, pag-addin nyo lang ito. So, we have 1,828. Pag nakuha yung total nito, i-divide nyo lang siya ng 40. Yan, makukuha nyo na yung kanyang mean. What is 1828 divided by 40? Ito na siya, 45.7. Okay? So, panoorin nyo na lang ulitin nyo hanggang sa masundan nyo kung paano siya nakuha. Ano? So, ulitin natin, itong frequency tsaka class interval, given ito. Itong class mark, it is the middle value of your class interval. Ano yung gitna ng dalawang to. Ito naman is the product of your class mark and the frequency. From F, imumultiply nyo lang siya papunta ito. Now, example, 10 times 51.5, 515. So, that is your Fxn. So, ganun lang yung pagkuha ng mean, median. Sa median, medyo mas tricky kasi may mga bagay tayong need i-consider. So, sundan nyo lang tong video na to, ulitin nyo lang hanggang sa masundan ninyo. Ano? So, example na agad tayo. So, here is the given, again, the class interval, tsaka itong frequency. The first and the second is always given. Ito. So, walang magtatanong ha, sir, paano po nakuha yan? Given nga ni, given yan. Okay? So, sa exam, given yan. Huwag niyong problemahin. Okay? So, here, ang kakailanganin ulit natin dito is the XM. The XM again stands for the class mark or the middle value. Okay? So, paano ulit ko rin yung middle value? The XM niya is ito, di ba? Pag-addin nyo lang to, 16 plus 23 divided by 2. Ganun din dito. Tapos divided by 2. Parang same lang yung example naman dito. Pag same lang naman yung example, usually kasi same lang naman yung ginagamit kong example. Ika-copy, total nakuha nyo naman na siya dito from here. Ika-copy paste nyo na lang siya. Pero, sige, usually, ganun naman yung ginagawa. Lalo pag exam. Isa lang yung given sa lahat. Okay? So, paano kun yung XM again? This 2, pag-add nyo lang, then divide it by 2. Next. Ito. Na less than cumulative frequency. Sir, paano po kunin yan? Ito. So, it starts with 1. Sir, always ba na nag-start 1? Depende. Kung ilan yung start ng frequency nyo dito, yun yung start dito. Okay? So, kapag 5 dito, syempre, 5 din dito. Pero dahil 1 siya nag-start, mag-start tayo ng 1. Okay, so, assume ko lang. Yan. So, nag-start siya ng 1 So, this is 1. This is 1. Now, what is 1 plus 3? Saan nakuha si 3? Dito. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 12 is 22. 22 plus 10 is 32. And 32 plus 8 is 40. Okay? So, pag-a-addin nyo lang, ito, i-add nyo siya sa susunod. So, yung end ng inyong cumulative frequency, para ma-check nyo kung tama yung pinaggagawa nyo, it must be equal to your total population. Okay? So, kailangan mag-match itong dalawang ito. Always take note of that. Pag hindi silang not-match, it's either may mali ka dito sa computation mo dito. Kasi hindi ka naman magkakamali dito. Bakit kanyo? Given yan hindi yan magkakamali. So, most probably dito ka nagkamali. Ulitin natin, paano nakuha It starts with 1, 1. Kung 5 man yung nandito, di syempre, ang start mo dito is 5. Clear tayo sa starting point. Now, 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 12 is 22. 22 plus 10 is 32. 32 plus 8 is 40. Ang end niya always equal to the total population. Ganun yung pag-compute ng one. Then, how will we get for the median? So, may formula na gagamitin. Naipakita pa dito. O, naipakita naman dito. Pero, solve natin. Try natin i-solve dito para mas magets nyo. So, ang n natin is, n is equal to 40. 40. Divide it by 2. 40 divided by 2 is 20. So, 20 ano? Now, try to focus on this part. Saan papasok si 20? Saan siya unang papasok? Sa 1? Wala pa dito. Sa 4, may 20 na ba sa 4? Wala pa. Sa 10, wala pa din. Sa 22, of course, may 20. May 20 na sa 22. Pasok na siya sa 24. Meaning to say, this is your entire median class. So ulitin natin. Pag hindi nyo pa rin na-gets, ulit-ulitin nyo lang na panoorin. Ulitin ko. Diba, n is 40. Although may solution sa baba, dito. Mamaya ito. Diba, may solution naman dito, ay may formula dito, pero ikon na lang natin para mas maintindihan nyo. So, the total population divided by 2, that is 20. Saan papasok si 20 sa cumulative frequency? Sa may 22. Doon unang pumasok si 20. Although pasok pa rin naman siya sa 32, pero ang usapan kasi, sino yung pinakauna na papasukan nung 20. Pag sinabi kong papasukan, saan siya mag-e-enter? Okay? So, this is your median class. Ganun lang yung pagkuha ng median class. Meaning to say, lahat na ito, damay na as your median class. Okay? Ang median class, not necessarily yung gitna. Baka ma-misinterpret nyo, ang ginagawa na lang ng iba is kukunin yung gitna. Example lang sinasabi ko. Ito, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. O dito, wala siyang gitna. So, pwede ang median class, pwede siyang pumunta sa pinakababa, pwede rin sa pinakataas, kahit saan pwede siyang doon ang median class. Okay? So, pwede yung median class dito. Pwede rin dyan. So, hindi, not necessarily na nasa gitna always. So, i-disregard nyo na yung idea from our previous lesson kapag ungroup data na median class always nasa gitna. Dito na sa group data, hindi na necessary. Okay? Example, ang nakuha mo dito is, for example lang ito 16. So, ang total respondents mo is 16. Divided by 2, that is 8. So, saan unang pumasok sa 8? Dito sa may 10. Ganun na. Not necessarily na nasa gitna always yung median class. So, meron ulit solution dito. So, median class is 40 to 47 because ito yung sinasabi ko kanilang may formula naman. Pero mas maintindihan nyo yung sinabi ko. Ito. So, L is the lower boundary class of the median class. So, the lower boundary. So, you need to get for the lower boundary. Ano ba yung lower boundary nito? What is LB? Iko-compute nyo kung anong LB. So, pansinin nyo ito, 16. Ano ang lower boundary niya? Magle-less ka lang ng 0.5. This is 15.5. Wag mo nang pansinin yan. Ang pansinin mo lang sa may median class mo. Kasi yun lang naman yung kukunin mong LB. Okay? So, if this is your LB, if this is your median class, what is your LB? 39.5. Magle-less ka lang ng 0.5 from your lower boundary. Which is 40. So, need pa ba namin i-solve lahat to? Hindi na. Kung nakuha nyo yung median class, yun lang yung isa-solve ninyo. Papahirapan nyo lang yung sarili nyo. Ito lang naman yung kailangan. Then, yun lang yung hahanapin nyo. So, 39.5. So, ang CF naman niya is, kapag nakita nyo to, less than CF, di ba? Ito, hindi yung mismong cumulative frequency yung kukunin nyo. So, ano yung kukunin nyo? If you are following from your module, dapat nakikita nyo to. Less than CF. So, hindi itong 22. Bakit hindi 22? Ang sabi niya kasi dito is above that of the median class. So, ano ba yung nasa taas niya? Yung C10. Yun yung kukunin hindi si 22. Kung sino yung nasa taas niya. The class width is 8. Paano nakuha si 8? So, ito lang, try nyo lang para hindi nyo na mahirapan. Pag lesson nyo lang to, what is 24 minus 16? 8. Or sige, kung gusto nyo pahirapan yung buhay nyo, 16 to 23. Bilangin nyo kung ilan yan. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24, 23 lang pala. So, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So, that is 8 data points. So, yun nakuha si plus win. Or para hindi na nga kayo mahirapan, pag multiply, subtracting nyo lang tong dalawang to. So, 24 minus 16. That is 8. O kahit saan dyan, pwede mong kunin. Pwede rin dito. 48 minus 40. What is 48 minus 40? 8. What is 40 minus 32? 8. Kung papansinin nyo, yung kanyang interval is 8. So, yun yung kanyang width. And FM naman, yung frequency ng median class. Paano kunin yung frequency? Yan lang, F, frequency ng median class, which is 12. So, yun lang yung mga kakailanganin nyo. So, if you will try to solve, ito yung kanyang formula, di ba? Don't worry, open formula naman. So, 39.5, this is the lower boundary. Yun yung nasolve natin kanina, di ba? Class interval natin, yung median class, ito yung median class. This is 40. Mag-minus ka lang ng 0. Less 0.5. It is always 0.5. No, mag-less ka lang ng 0.5. So, that is 39.5. What is N? What is the total respondents? What is N? 40. Divide it by 2. Minus 10. Paano nakuha si 10 ulit? The CF above your median class. Diba? This is your median class. This is 10. Okay. So, yung nasa taas. Hindi yung median class mismo, yung nasa taas. And 12. How did we get for 12? The frequency of your median class. So, that is 12 multiplied by 8, which is the class width. Tapos, you may use your calculator. The answer is 46.17. Ganon ang pag-solve ng median. I-follow nyo lang yung steps na nasa module nyo. Panoorin nyo yung video, ulit-ulitin nyo lang para magets ninyo. Or, pwede nyo na siyang i-round to 46. That is the median. Okay, so medyo mas nakakalito ba? Hindi naman siguro, madali lang yun. Ito gagawin natin sa klase para may activity pa. So, pwede nyo nang i-pause, i-try to solve para mas madali na kayo maka-solve sa klase. Let's proceed to the mode. A mode naman, di ba, sa ungrouped data, it is the data that occurs often or pinaka marami. Dito, meron naman tayong ulit susundin na formula. Ito. Follow nyo lang ito. The difference between the highest frequency and above the frequency. Difference between the highest frequency and the frequency below it. Tapos LMO, the lower class boundary of the model class. So, example tayo. So, given a group frequency distribution, same lang siya kanina sa ginamit natin. Okay? The median class is not necessarily your model class. Pero kung papansinin nyo kasi dito, kung babalikan natin dito, parehas yung median class and yung model class. Okay? Parehas sila pero hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon. It can be, pwedeng parehas ang median tsaka modal, pero hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon parehas sila. Okay? Paano kunin sa model class? Focus kayo sa frequency. Now, sa frequency, hanapin nyo yung pinaka malaki. Asan yung pinakamalaki sa kanila? That is 12. Automatic, this is your modal class. Okay? Hanapin lang yung highest frequency to determine which is your modal class. Ito kanina, nakuha na natin kung paano kunin. So, 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 6, 10. 10 plus 12 is 22. Okay? So, LMO is the lower boundary of your modal class. So, paano kunin yung lower boundary ulit? Ilagay nga natin, LBMO. Ang ginagamit pag model class is the LBMO, which stands for the lower boundary of your model class. Kapag median naman is the LBMC, the lower boundary of your median class. So, magle-less 0.5 ka lang. So, need po bang i-check, ikunin lahat yan? Hindi na. Yung 40 lang. Ito lang naman yung kailangan natin, your model class. What is 40 minus 0.5? This is 39.5. Okay? So, 39.5 yung LBMO natin. Take note LBMO for mod and LBMC for median. Class width, same lang yung ginawa natin kanina. Pwede nyong isubtract na lang ito. 24 minus 16. That will lead you to 8. Okay? Ang class width ng modal tsaka median is the same lang naman. Pag-subtractin nyo lang sila. Or pwede mong bilangin ulit, 16, 17, 18. Madali magbilang. Paano kapag yung interval niya is, let's say, 900, 9999. Edi ang laki nun. So, much better, isubtract mo na lang to. So, paano nakuha si star 1 again kanina? Ang sabi kasi yung star 1 natin, triangle 1, the difference between the highest and the frequency. So, nakuha na naman natin yung highest, 12. So, in other textbook, they are using D1 tsaka D2. Dito kasi ang ginamit is ito, triangle 1. So, ang triangle 1, the highest, subtract nyo above, itong nasa taas. So, 12 minus 6 is 6. Ang triangle 2 naman is the highest less below, which is 10. So, pansinin natin, 12 minus 10 is 2. Okay? Ganun lang siya kasimple. Review, triangle 1, 12 minus above. Triangle 2, 12 minus below. Yun lang yung mga papansinin nyo. So, now, pwede na kayong dumiretso sa formula. LMO, the lower boundary of your model class, which is 39.5, yung ating nakuha kanina. 6, paano nakuha si 6? Si triangle 1. Ito naman is triangle 1 plus triangle 2, 6 plus 2. Tapos, ang I natin is the class width, which is 45.5. In other textbook, they are using class CW for class width. Okay? Dito kasi is I. Yung nasa module natin is I. So, might as well you follow I. Then, compute nyo lang using your scientific calculator. Therefore, the modal age of the patients is 45.5. So, ganon ang pagkuha ng mean, median, and mode ng group and ungroup data. We have another example here. Gagawin natin sa face-to-face. So, ayun. If you have questions, you can raise it on during our face-to-face. Pero kung ipapaulit nyo lang din naman, ulitin nyo na lang itong video para hindi tayo paulit-ulit. The best thing to do in statistics is by practicing. Para matuto tayo mag-solve ng stat, we need to practice. Hindi pwede yung nanonood lang. Okay? So, try to solve it ng kayo lang para mas maintindihan din nyo siya. Okay? So, thank you. I will cut the video for now. Thank you for listening. Hope you understand some of the lesson.